What's up, Apex gamers? Today I'm making a video on how to play Revenant, but I figured I'd give you 3 of my best tips to start it off. Always have a close range weapon with him. You're going to be going for entry damage, so have a PK or something you can put lots of damage with up close. Able to climb with little to no audio during fights. He's really quiet when he climbs, so take advantage of that, man. The ability to see low players through all the visual clutter this game provides you. Bonus tip, play Conduit with them if you're playing with friends. Then you're a tank times a tank, man. Alright, let's dive into some more detail on Revenant. So when playing Revenant, his obvious strength is his ultimate. When you're in his ultimate, you're able to get knocks, whether you get them or your teammate gets them that you assist, which will gives you 75 forward shield back on top of what your shield is. So you're able to keep regenning that as long as you're putting out enough damage to be putting enemies on the floor. You're able to go in, you're able to tank a lot of shots, and you're able to have the ability to move quickly, whether it's with your wall climbing ability or with your Q. Not only can you use it to be an entry, you can also use it to get out of bad situations. His ultimate, like I said, is 75 extra shield points, so it's having a extra blue armor on top of whatever you're wearing. If you're wearing a red and you ult, it is going to be very, very difficult to kill you. For every legend, you need to be on top of where your ultimate's at percentage-wise, as well as your Q. For Revenant, it is extra important. You may get his ultimate in the middle of a fight, and it might be the difference between you winning the fight or even being able to just reset to have another opportunity later. Also remember, in his ultimate, you get the Q every 8 seconds, which allows you more movement as well if you are in a situation where you need it. Talking about his Q, it is pretty instant. You don't have to connect with anything. You can do it anywhere. With his Q, you're able to control how far you go. You can quick Q for short little movements. You can long Q to create space or to close distances. On top of that, with Revenant, you can take off angles. So you have the ability to play off of your team and kind of go for big flanks, which will really, really benefit with ending fights early and not letting fights stagnate. You can also use his Q to make questionable plays, as I'll call them. Plays where you're going to be super aggressive and out in the open, taking lots of fire. You're able to use it to close those distances and take those chances. Just remember, when you make those plays, you're on your own, so you have to be aware of where you can be attacked from at all times. Know who has angles on you, and understand how much time you have, which is probably not a lot. A real big thing with Revenant is simply having confidence. This is a character that if you're going to play him, you need to be willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, willing to go in first to be that entry role, and also willing to not run instantly in fights. Yes, you have the ability to kite, but I would only recommend doing that if you know your teammates are completely out. Because of the way his ultimate works, you are able to really carry in fights by simply tanking shots. Your ability to take lots of bullets will keep your teammates healthier while also allowing you to stay in the fight because you have the extra armor. And if you play your cover correctly and are the first person out, you're going to create a lot of space for your team, and you're going to notice you're going to start winning more fights. You're able to create space for your teammates. That'll allow them to do more damage, which will ultimately help your team win. The next biggest area you can work on to improve your Revenant gameplay is your micro movements with the character. Using his climbing ability, using his Q, and correlating them together. Knowing when to get close to your enemies, when to kite with movement, when to use the Q to get on their heads, or to get on their heads and then use the Q to safely get away. Any ways you can put them together to create pressure is going to benefit you. So again, here are the key points. Utilize his passive, be confident in your ultimate, and correlate his Q with his passive to create unpredictable movement. Then, just go nuts with your aim, man. Hope this video was helpful. Have a great rest of your day.